Well, hello fellow YouTube lovers. So today is a big day. It's Dyno Day. So before we get saddled up, just want to say a massive thank you to everyone that subscribed to the channel. It's a very humble channel, a very small channel, and I just do it for a bit of fun on the side. But yeah, no, truly blessed to be nearly 100 subscribers. To be honest, I didn't even think I was going to get 10. So yeah, no, really appreciate it, and just hope you continue to like and subscribe to the content. So anyway, like I say, it's Dyno Day today. We'll get a baseline run as she is at the minute. So she's pipe across air filter installed, Yoshi N can. So we'll see what she's putting out as it is. Plans going forward. I do have a set of Black Widow decat headers in the garage, so they're going on. These headers are actually sold. They're going to someone down south from the GSX-S forum. But yeah, it's yeah, looking forward to seeing what it does as standard, and looking to see what they recommend fueling wise. But regardless, the full headers are going on anyway, and from there on, I'll either get it to ECU flashed or maybe get a power commander. Still have my reserves about whether to get it flashed, as it may or may not affect the warranty. I assume it probably would do. So yeah, so we'll see. Quick update on the bike itself. Other than that, obviously LED indicators installed now, looking a lot better, I think, tidier than the original ones, certainly a lot neater. And the elephant in the room, as you'll see, is the bar mirrors, which I know I said on my previous upgrade video that I wasn't going to install, but I thought, what the hell. And to be honest, I'd seen these online and I thought, actually, you know what, they look pretty good. So I think so far so good. Just makes it a little bit, makes it a bit neater, a bit more compact, perhaps a bit meaner. I think I do quite like that angle. It's pretty good. So yeah, anyway, we'll get saddled up and off to the dyno. So stay tuned. Right then, a glorious day in the Shire. What is going on with this earplug? That's about 3 times I've put that thing back in. Well, as I was saying, it's a glorious day in the Shire. Dyno run imminent. Just stopped to get some money. Nobody told me I had to pay for this stuff. Anyway. It does look good. It does look good, I have to say. Right, pre-faffery is complete. Tyre's getting a bit worn. So far so good on the mirrors. They don't vibrate. Don't make the bars vibrate. Right then. Dyno run, here we come. So I'm kind of hoping for, well, I don't really know what I'm hoping for, to be honest. Baseline run this will be, so like I said earlier, baseline run based on Yoshi slip-on exhaust. Standard fuel. It is just standard fuel. I know you can benefit from premium quality fuel, so I'll probably put that in. Which I don't know. Maybe that's not a true reflection. But to be honest, when you need fuel, you need fuel. So I'm not riding 20 miles up my way to go and get V Power or BP Ultimate when you're passing the garage. So, but yes, at the minute it's just standard. Just standard 95 RON fuel, and yeah, well, we'll see what's going on with the camera and the wind noise, because that's been a blooming bane of my life recently as well. So we'll go along here doing just short of 40 mile an hour, and I think I've pretty much covered every hole on the camera that I could possibly try and find in case that the microphone doesn't disable the onboard microphone of the camera itself. But I'm not holding that much hope for that, so we'll see. But it is only a cheap 40 quid action camera off of Amazon, so maybe a GoPro Hero 8 is on the cards. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with the quality of this first and foremost, and we'll take it from there. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's the bike stated as 114 horsepower as standard, 113, 114. So if it makes that, I'll be quite chuffed. Now whether that's 114 brake at the crank or at the wheel, I'm not entirely sure. My K8 750 that had a D-cat set of headers on it. I put a set of K7 Gsxs 750 headers on that, and that was a MIV GP carbon can on it, power commander quick shifter, and I had that dynoed up at Highland Motorcycle Dyno, who I don't believe are actually there anymore. So this new place has opened up, so we'll give it a go. But yeah, they tuned it 137.8, I think it was, at the rear wheel, which isn't bad for a GSX-S 750. So, not that this is going to get anywhere near that, of course, but I think if it's making over 100 brake as standard, it'll keep the GSX-S 1000 boys at bay at least. Without any excuse for it to slag off a 750. But it's all good fun, and to be honest, I don't feel like you need. I don't feel like I need too much more, to be honest. It's predominantly a road bike, and I do quite enjoy riding it up down the gearbox, I must admit. There are times when, yeah, maybe a bit more torque would be nice, but I'm not going to complain about it. It's plenty quick enough for the road, and it just means you can use more of what it's got more of the time. I have had Gsxs bigger bikes before. I've had bigger engine bikes before, but I quite like the buzziness of this, I've got to say. It makes it a bit more interesting. So yes, off to this dyno place, which I believe has only just opened up, so I'm not entirely sure where it actually is at the minute, so we'll see. This is actually the first time I've ridden the bike since I put the pipe across air filter in. Already it does feel a bit more responsive. Hard to quantify really, as I haven't ridden the bike for so many months, but yeah, so far so good. It doesn't feel like it's over-fueling or under-fueling, but that's the whole point of this baseline dyno. Get an idea of what's going on, see what they recommend fueling wise. We'll take it from there. So if it's over 100 brake horsepower standard, so for the minute, that would be great. And then we'll get the D-cat headers on, maybe an ECU flash or the power commander. We'll see what she's saying. Not really much else to do to it other than that. Maybe a couple more trinkets. Just get on and ride it. I'd quite like to do a track day with it. Not done a track day for, well, since I sold the GSX-S 750, unfortunately, but a mate of mine, he kind of fell out of love with it, and both kind of been busy with work and home life, work-life balance and all that, which is important, but sometimes you have to put work first to pay the bills. So there we go. So yeah, this blooming camera has been bugging me a lot. I don't know. Hello, mister. Are you going to stop? Are you going to play out? No, good boy. What's it saying? Oh, what's it saying? It's gone. I forgot. Yes, the camera. I don't know what else I can really do, to be honest. I mean, I've got the
microphone in behind the cheek pad, and I've got 2 dead cats on it, and I've got a windsock on the top of that as well, so can't really do much else. It's right behind the cheek pad. The helmet vent is closed. I just think the camera itself maybe just has poor sound quality, which I've seen these cross-tour cameras, which is what this is. It's a cross-tour 4K camera off Amazon, but to be honest, for 40 quid it's actually pretty good, but I must admit I was kind of hoping the audio would be a bit better, because the actually being able to download stuff to your phone is really quite handy with the Live DV app. It's really good. It really works quite well. You can connect your phone straight to your camera, and you can turn the camera on and off with it, and start recording or take photos with it if you want to. But I generally tend to use the camera itself, the buttons on the camera. It's quite easy to take your hands off bars. I believe this place is down here on the side somewhere, so what's going to find out? That'll be the cement bus stop we're talking about. It's down here about 3/4 of a mile, apparently. So we'll see what happens. So stay tuned. The proof will be in the pudding. So we'll catch you soon.
So, back home after the dyno run. Unfortunately, the camera died on the way home, so this is another static post review. So yeah, 102 horsepower at the rear wheel. I was kind of hoping for more, to be honest, but he said it was a bit of a heartbreaker dyno. It's very honest, but hey, you know, that's not too bad. I mean, if you think 12%. 12% losses through the gearbox, transmission, etc. That's not too bad going, I suppose, really. 56 pounds of torque. Dyno graph that I'll put up now, as you can see, is pretty linear, but the fueling is rubbish. It's over fueling. It's running very rich. So there's definitely more a good handful of brake horsepower more to be had out of it, without a doubt. Power Commander is initially the cheapest option, but using that, it's not cheap to buy, although getting it tuned locally is the way to go. It would be cheaper and easier to get it tuned locally, but doesn't necessarily mean to say it's the best option for the bike, which overall is what I wanted to do. So I think, yeah, given the ECU flash, delimits, top end, top speed, etc, that could be the way to go. To be honest, I think probably the you could argue that, well, just buy 1000cc, but I don't want 1000cc. I've been there, done that. I've had a GSX-S 1000F before this one. See the picture of it here. And then a change in circumstances, etc. Change of thought process. Went to an S1000R, and then after that another another change. And I thought, you know what? Yeah, no, I'll stick with this. It's it's all you need. It's all you need and more. But it's more. I just find the bike. It's just a hoot to ride. It's just so much fun. So yeah, I mean, ECU flash delimit it. You can tune each gear as you wish as well. I believe you can do the same with the Power Commander 5. But I think for me, this is I think ECU flash might be the way to go and get it set up properly. So I don't plan on selling the bike. It's going to be a long-term investment. So I think on that basis, the best thing for the bike is to ECU flash it. I think, and just spend the time and effort on getting this right. So I think it will be a bit of a. I'd like it to be a sorted 750, and it is good fun. I do love it. So yeah, I'm not going to bow down to peer pressure to buy a 1000cc. I don't need it. If I was doing a shed load of track days again, I would maybe think about changing it for a full-on sports bike, obviously, and it would most likely be a GSX-S 1000. But then again, the 750 was always enough, and never felt like it was ever lacking on any track days other than Almeria, where the straights are a little bit longer and the thous start coming past you. But generally speaking, 750 is enough, and I've always quite liked being the underdog. So there we go. So next step is we'll stick the headers on, and we'll look at getting them installed, and we'll look at getting an ECU flash planned in for the future. So that's the state of play. Yeah, kind of waffled enough, but next up, I guess, is the only thing is just a quick bit of feedback on the bar end mirrors. I've got to say, I'm really impressed with them. They work really well. They do look pretty small, as you'll see. They're pretty. They're quite neat. They're quite neat. They do look quite small. They've got a slight blue tint to them, but they're yeah, they actually work really well, and they don't vibrate at all at speed. So it's pretty good. Pretty good. So there we go. Well, that's the end for this vid. But anyway, thanks again for watching and subscribing. And yeah, if anyone's has reflashed a 750 that's watching this, then I'd be certainly keen to know your thoughts on it, and how much better it performed. I mean, fueling wise, I've got to say the bike itself actually runs pretty well. It doesn't feel like it's flat anywhere. Certainly the torque curve, power curve doesn't seem to suggest that's the case either. It runs really well. It's not flat. It doesn't hesitate. It doesn't splutter. It fuels really well, considering that obviously there's a fair bit of tweaking available in it, and there's obviously a good handful of horsepower still to be had. So there we go. Right. Well, thanks again for watching, and yeah, please feel free to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next video. Ciao for now.